Today with Steadily. We have Ashley here. She's going to go over the full appetite and give you all the basic information you need to know about Steadily. And before I release it to Ashley, I'm actually going to show you guys how to get to Steadily in our portal. So I'm sharing my screen right now. This is just INVO Underwriting's website. Simply type in invounderwriting.com and it's going to pull you up to this page. You'll click Agent Portal here at the top. It's going to prompt you to log in with your credentials. Once you are logged in, we are on the products page and you will scroll down all the way to the personal lines carriers and you will see Steadily right here. Make sure if you are not registered, you do get registered after this webinar, because once you're registered is when you're able to go in and quote. But that is all that I have. I'm going to release it to Ashley and she is going to take over. Ashley, you should be good to go.
Right, fantastic. Well, I'm going to go get my screen shared here for you. Why I am doing that, just want to take a second again and say hello. I am Ashley here from Steadily, one of our territory managers, and I'm very excited to have you guys here join me. So really to kick off this conversation, I am going to go ahead and start first of all by just making sure that we've got some good details here about Steadily, and then I will go ahead and transition us into that discussion about appetite and eligibility. So let's go ahead and get started. So here at Steadily, what I want to make sure to share with you is that we operate as a managing general agency. So that means we are partnered with several AM Best A-rated carriers who allow us to write on their paper and create this insurance product that we have available to agencies just like you. You'll want to be aware that we are partnered with Fortegra, Trisura, and Canopius in our non-admitted states, and then we are partnered with Obsidian and Linden Southern in our admitted states. All of these carriers, again, will be backed by those AM Best A ratings. And then we do have a nice large active footprint here. So you can see all my purple states on that map. We're going to be active in over 40 plus states. One thing I do like to share is we try and keep it very simple and streamlined for you. And as long as you have an active non-resident license, you are certainly welcome to quote in any of our active markets. Again, we just ask that you've got the applicable licenses and that those are active prior to quoting and binding. Before I touch on appetite, I do want to make sure to give a high-level overview here of our product and some things I want you to be aware of. So up first, I want to make sure that you are aware of that we are offering you premier landlord coverage options. As far as our product, it is going to go up to 1 million in coverage A, and we will offer up to 1 million in premises liability as well. When you are looking at some options we have for you, I want you to know that we will accommodate dwellings in those protection class 9 and 10 with a coverage A and liability maximum of 500,000 as well. Additionally, I want to make you aware that we've got two forms we're offering here at Steadily. So first is going to be that DP3 special form. We offer that with replacement cost here, and then you do have your optional endorsement for extended replacement cost as well. I additionally want to make you aware that your pre-1940 dwellings, those are going to be offered with functional replacement cost. And then second form is going to be that DP1 basic form. That is going to be actual cash value for the offering. So again, offered with actual cash value, or you do have your optional repair cost endorsement as well. Very high level overview here. I'll let you know we've got lots of additional coverages available to you in our coverage suite, things such as vandalism and malicious mischief. We've got water options available, really just lots of additional options so you can really build that best package to your client. So again, just kind of keep some of these limits in mind, very high level items I want to make sure we kick off with. So jumping right into appetite, I want to make sure we can touch on eligibility. So when we are thinking about eligibility here at Steadily, it's important to keep in mind that we're focused on writing policies for properties with tenant exposure. So when you think of that, again, that's kind of the key and the niche here for Steadily, looking for those properties with that tenant exposure. For your dwellings, you're going to want to keep this in mind for your single family homes, clear to your 4-family dwelling units. So 1 to 4 family dwelling units will be eligible here at Steadily. We will do both short and long-term rentals too. So we can accommodate both short and long-term, and that is going to include your Airbnb and Verbos, as well as your seasonal rentals. We additionally have offerings for you to utilize for your condo units that are being rented to others, as well as those additional dwelling units and casitas. Final piece of the appetite I want to highlight for you is that we do offer options for rental with owner. We have 3 options in that area for you to utilize. First is for your 2 to 4 family dwelling units, and this could certainly look like you have clients that are living in a duplex in one side, for example, and renting the other unit out. Our next option is going to be your home share. So clients who are living in their dwelling and renting out one or more rooms also fit within our appetite. And then final rental with owner option here is going to be your primary home that is rented occasionally for a short-term rental exposure. We are also excited to offer you a renovation product to utilize here at Steadily. So when we are talking about our renovation product, few things I want you to know is that this is a minor renovation product that we have for you to utilize specifically for clients who are doing those lighter cosmetic fix-ups. So keep in mind things such as your kitchen updates, bathroom updates, roof replacements. External updates will include things such as your siding, roof replacements. Really big takeaway here for you is that this product is not suited for clients who are doing heavy or structural changes. So when we are thinking through that, I want you to keep in mind if your client's going to move load bearing walls or add square footage or do a full property gut, this is not going to be the best for them. So again, key here is think cosmetic fix-ups. I do want to let you know that for this product offering, we've made 2 options available to your clients to participate. First is going to be through the fix and rent option where they're intending to renovate and then long-term rent when they're done. Second will be through that fix and flip offering where they're intending to renovate and then sell that property at the conclusion of the renovations. You can see here the fix and flip has 3 things that I've have listed here for you that I want to hit on real quick and give you some transparency on this offering. So for the fix and flip, things you're going to want to know is that there's a 90-day minimum earned premium requirement. There's a $150 broker fee as well. And then there's going to be no monthly installment options for billing options on our fix and flip. Final couple things I like to share on this product is that this will be a vacant home. So we would expect it to be vacant while the renovations are going on. Once those renovations are done, then we do want to make sure that it is occupied or sold within 60 days to ensure that there's no coverage limitations or appetite and eligibility with us. Up next, I do want to touch on a couple specific offerings we have. One's going to be our X-Win policy that I have displayed here on my screen. What I want you to know is that we do have options for you to utilize in the following states and their coastal counties, primarily your tier 1 wind zones. The exception will be Texas. It does go up to the tier 2 wind zones. For agents who are quoting in these states listed above, you're just going to want to be aware that the coastal counties do not qualify for our standard DP1 or DP3 product, that they qualify for our X-Wind product, which means there is no wind and hail coverage available on the policies. I want you to know as well, we have tried to make technology very user friendly for you. And when you type in dwelling addresses that fall within this area, you will get an alert that will let you know that you are being offered a policy from us that is a wind and hail excluded policy. And again, for those policies or for those writing in these counties, certainly you do have some options to pair this product with a state wind pool program or any other wholesale that offers that wind only coverage. But again, big takeaways here, no wind and hail, and Steadily does not have a buyback option for those perils. I do want to briefly touch on our California DIC or difference in condition program as well. This is going to be a newer product offering that we have launched earlier this summer, but we are excited to share that we have some options out there for you in California on this DIC program. What I want to make sure to share is that if we are looking at placing a risk with a DIC policy with Steadily, it's important to keep in mind that appetite is the exact same as our standard product. So it still has to have that tenant exposure, only 1 to 4 family dwelling units. All of that is going to be the same for you. I additionally want you to be aware that there are some restrictions, and the renovation program will not be available to dwellings who are eligible for our DIC policy or product. And then a couple other things here. With this, we're not going to ask you to look at a map and decipher if it fits with our standard product or if it is only this offering. Much like the XWIN product that I just discussed, once you type the dwelling address in, the system will let you know if it fits for the standard program or if it's only going to qualify for the DIC program. Same thing, you'll get that alert to pop up to acknowledge that this is only applicable for this policy type. Final piece here is your insured will be asked to sign an attestation stating that they do have an active California Fair Plan policy um, to pair with this offering here that we have at Steadily. So I've spent some time talking through those things that fit in our appetite. I've also covered our renovation, our XWIN product, as well as our DIC program. So I want to make sure I can spend a few moments going over what's not eligible with us because I think it's important that we touch on both sides of that appetite. So things I want you to keep in mind that we are unable to accept or we do not want here at Steadily is going to be apartment buildings. We are going to have that defined as 5 or more units. We're also not going to accept any risks with commercial exposure. So I want you to keep in mind that this includes sharing a parcel with the business and not just those mixed use properties. Third on our list will be no mobile, manufactured, or log cabins are permitted underneath our appetite. And then we do not want your dwellings under construction and heavy renovation, nor do we want townhouses or row homes that are attached to more than 20 continuous units. Final two things to talk through here is going to be we do not want, nor can we accommodate poor property and roof conditions underneath our appetite or vacancies 60 or more days. Again, our renovation product is the exception there where we would expect the property vacant during that renovation period. Final thing I want to touch on here is that we are going to do exterior inspections at Steadily. We will do that on all of our properties. So we inspect 100% of those properties, exterior inspections. Timeline for that is going to be post-bind, and those do occur typically within the first 30 days of that policy effective date. I do have 3 other things I want to discuss with the group here. These are going to be things that are eligible here with us, but they are eligible with underwriting discretion. So first thing I want to make you aware of is that we do have the ability to accommodate up to 40 locations on a single policy. This is going to be subject to underwriting discretion. So keep that in mind that when submitting multiple properties, this is subject to our underwriting team's discretion. We try and be quick in reviewing this, but I will let you know that if you are submitting anywhere between 20 and 40 locations, I'd say just give yourself a little bit of time. Typically, those take 5 to 7 business days to review. Otherwise, everything else will follow our typical underwriting SLA time, which is generally 1 to 3 business hours. However, few things I want you to know about our multi-location option is that we are looking for properties that are geographically diverse. So I would keep in mind that we are looking for those not to be in a single concentrated location. We are also going to need to make sure that they only have one billing contact, that they share those billing details. So only one billing contact permitted. And then we are going to be looking for those locations in the same state and on the same policy form. And then just keep in mind, our multi-location policies do not accommodate for additions or new locations once the policy starts. You're certainly welcome to bring over additional locations to us. We'll have to be written on a single policy though, and you can still take advantage of a multi-location discount. As far as business entities, I want to make sure that you're aware that we will take business entities as a named insured. So I want you to keep in mind that if they are the deeded owner or they've got that insurable interest there, sure, we would love to help you write those entities. What you're going to want to know is that in our admitted states, we cannot accommodate entities that have outside ventures. If you are in our not admitted markets or admitted not admitted states and you do have an entity that is owning and maintaining rentals but has an outside venture going on, we can still consider that as a named insured with a copy of a general liability policy submitted. And the final thing here is going to be on your older homes with adequate updates. So we certainly can accommodate those older homes. Keep in mind, we'll go back to year of build 1870, except for California and Arizona where pre-1940 is not eligible. What you're going to want to know about quoting older homes with us is that we are going to ask a yes or no question in the quote system. for you to confirm if the electrical, plumbing, and HVAC have been updated within 30 years. We will need to have a yes on that question in order for it to be eligible. If they have not been updated within the last 30 years, then just be aware that that dwelling unfortunately would not meet our appetite due to that. A couple additional tips and tricks here that I want to share with you. First of all, is that we have lots of discounts that you can utilize. So I do have those listed here on the screen for you. We will stack these discounts for you. So if your client qualifies for more than one, certainly happy to give them what they qualify for. Out of this list, our most sizable discount is going to be our client paid in full discount. It is approximately 10%. So keep in mind, approximately 10% for those clients who are going to be paying that premium in full here with us at Steadily. And then final tip and trick that I have for those that have been in our system, certainly are aware that that quoting technology helps pull in dwelling characteristics for you. For those that have not been in the system, no worries. What I want to make you aware is that we have used technology to help try and make quoting very easy with us. And part of that has been to pull in these dwelling characteristics. We do use Value 360 to pull in that information. They do use external sources. So my tip and trick here would be just make sure to take a peek at that for us. Make sure it's accurate and up to date. If anything is not accurate, we just like to let you know you've got the autonomy to update that so it aligns with what the customer says. In regards to prior losses, I want to arm you with some knowledge here. So, what I'd like to share with you is that we do have a 5-year look back. That's going to be for your applicant and your property location. I want you to keep in mind that your weather related losses are not chargeable. And then we do have really great claims eligibility outlined in our underwriting guidelines. I'll make sure to point out where those are accessible with us, but it's a really great resource that we have for you to navigate the claims eligibility portion with us. And then just the final note here that I want to make sure to call out is that we um, want to make sure that you're aware that only fully closed and completely repaired losses are going to be eligible here with Steadily. As far as billing goes, I want to make sure that you're aware we've tried to keep this portion very simple for you. And across the entirety of our footprint, our billing is going to look the exact same, regardless if you were in an admitted state or a not admitted state. So, what I want you to know is we have both client and lender billed options available to you. For your client billed options, I want you to be aware that these are going to be direct bill only. We're not going to manually invoice the insureds, nor are we going to accept agency sweeps. We will, however, accept all major credit and debit cards as well as ACH payments or that electronic bank transfer for acceptable payment methods. If your client is not paying in full and is paying monthly, keep in mind that we require a 10% down payment plus taxes and fees to bind the policy. And then final couple notes here, policies are not considered bound with us until paid. Your lender bill will be the one exception. Those are going to be due within 60 days. And then I just have one other last minute kind of plug for that client paid in full discount because I don't want anybody to miss out on that one. Client pays in full. Again, it's approximately 10% for that premium discount with us. Some final things I want to touch on here is that Steadily, we love technology. And again, we've tried super hard to make this experience very easy with us by using that technology. But I also understand when you are stuck and you need help, just how important it is to be able to reach somebody. So I want you to know that we have tons of support here for you at Steadily. We've got a fantastic agent support team that loves to talk to our agents and help support them. They're here to help you guys with system navigation, policy billing questions, general appetite items. They've got a very wide range of things they can help with. And they are here Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time. I want you to know we've given 3 options for how you can interact with this team. All of these will be direct contact options. So keep in mind, if you do use the live in system chat, that's going to go directly to an agent support team member. Same thing with the phone. We've got that direct phone line available for you. And then we do also have an email should you choose to use that. We try and be quick with email responses about a business day for a reply there, but we do have those first 2 options, which will get you in the moment assistance here from us. Final thing, I want to give you some insight on underwriting. So all of our underwriting reviews and endorsements, you'll initiate those and submit those in the quoting portal. We do have an email address here for them as well. That's underwriting@steadily.com, just in case you are unable to do that in the quoting system. Our underwriting team, they really pride themselves on being easy to work with and speedy in regards to getting responses back to you. Again, typical response time is generally 1 to 3 business hours. That one exception is those larger multi-location policies. Just give yourself a bit of time there. Those can typically take closer 5 to 7 is about the target we have there. You often will see responses back though much sooner than that. But again, typical quote review times that you can expect 1 to 3 business hours. Finally, they do work in a team, so I do want to make you aware that there is no assigned underwriter to a territory or a state. That again is by design to help ensure that they are efficient and can get you guys the information that you need so you can continue proceeding with quoting and binding policies here with us at Steadily. Final couple things I have is I want you to know we've got a dedicated agent resource site for you, which you guys can access when you log into the quoting system. You can see on my screen, this is what you will see when you jump in. When you are in there, you are just going to hover over that resources section and click agent resources, and that will get you straight to your agent resource site. Within here, we've tried to make a lot of things super accessible to you and visible, and that's going to include things such as our underwriting guidelines. We have a fantastic property and roof condition guide in here as well. State pages, sample policies. If you wanted to attend an additional webinar or training with us, we've got options there for you should you wish to revisit some of this information. And then we've also got AM Best documents, lots of things in there. So certainly a great resource site I would encourage you to explore. Other thing I will let you know is these are living documents. So not only myself, but the rest of my team, we keep these nice and up to date for you. So just know that there's a lot of work done here, and we want to make sure that you know it's here and you don't have to dig for these items should you need them. Final thing is I've got all of our agency success managers here on the screen so you can see. I primarily am going to be partnering with our individuals up in our Atlantic core states. You can see all those. Have a lot of knowledge on other states as well. So certainly don't hesitate to ask me questions here in a minute, but I do want you to know that you've got a dedicated territory manager here at Steadily for support as well. So with that said, I do just want to make sure that if there are questions, I believe you guys should have a little questions window to type those in. And I'd be more than happy to answer anything else here that the group is curious about.
Ashley, it looks like right now we have one question. It says, which
Okay.
states are written in the admitted program?
Sure, that's a really great question. Let me jump you back to this first slide here. With my map, it's going to have the states here shaded in light purple will be our admitted states, and then the dark purple will be our non-admitted states.
And that we'll wait just a second to see if there's any other questions. Everyone, and it will be in the top right-hand corner. There's a question box. You can type in your questions. We'll wait just a couple more seconds, see if any other questions come in. And everybody watching, this will be posted on our YouTube channel. So if you need to go back and watch, you're more than able to do that. It should be posted about 15 to 20 minutes after we end this webinar. But as of right now, it does not look like we have any questions. But like Ashley said, they have a great support email, phone number, all that good stuff, live chat agent. So if you ever have any questions, feel free to use those features. But it looks like that's all we have time for today. So thank you so much, Ashley, for giving the overview and all that. I'm sure agents really appreciate that.
My pleasure.
Oh, we have one more question. Other
Sure,
than
what do we got?
California, does any state have owner occupied only available?
We do not offer any primary owner occupancy. So if we are looking for an option for a primary home that the owner occupies, we would not be able to accommodate that across our footprint. But keep in mind, we do have those rental with owner options. Should you have a client that is occupying their dwelling and maybe renting one of the units out or renting out a room while they're occupying it, we do have some options there. But again, to recap, no primary homeowner product here.
Well, I'm glad they got that last question in. Thank you, Ashley, for being here today. I hope
Sure
everybody has a
thing.
good rest of their day. Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.